as the number 9 Tampa Spartans play host to number 7 Rollins. The first game of the season for Rollins, and the Spartans, of course, coming in at 1-0 after the victory on Saturday, 10-9 here at home against St. Leo. You see the Spartans all in white with red numerals, and they will start off going left to right here in this first half. Starting goaltenders for the Spartans, it's Alex Walling, who we saw come on in relief of starter Bridget Sutter in that victory over St. Leo. And for the visiting Rollins Tars, it's Gabby Tanner between the pipes. As we get set here, you see the draw at midfield just about to take place, and we are underway. And the Spartans come out with it, the game's opening possession, and this is Abby Hope. And a whistle right off the bat, a call against the Tars. And so Abby Hope puts it back in. And Lizzie Pierpont, who had a big game in that victory over St. Leo. Pierpont led the way with 4 points, all goals. As you see the play restarting now. And that's Jeannie Santarpio as the Spartans quickly send it in behind the Rollins net. Now back out on the near side. Hope sends it up to Pierpont. And now up top and looking things over is Cece Colombo as the Spartans work the perimeter and look over what this Rollins defense is giving them or not giving them. And Lauren Mcneil tried the far side, nothing there. And now looking for the same lane was Santarpio as the Spartans try to get inside early. Shot in front, they score! And UT grabs the early lead as that one got past Gabby Tanner as Lauren McNeil gets the goal. And Gracie Colombo with the assist, and for Lauren McNeil, her first goal of the season. We've watched her play for a few years here at UT. And she's got her first goal of the 2021 campaign in just the second game of the season for the team. As you see another draw ready to take place here at midfield. The ball is out and still loose. And Cece Colombo able to come away with it. And Colombo brings it down the near side. Is pushed, and the official calls that one. And Colombo puts it back into play at the, I want to say, scoreboard end of the field. They're using a smaller, what you might call temporary scoreboard that's set up down below our broadcast location in essentially the first row of bleachers, since the Sunshine State Conference has not permitted fans inside the stadium, so that space is available for that scoreboard. In the meantime, Rollins finally getting an opportunity to go back the other way. A beautiful Wednesday here in Tampa, a game time temperature of 80 degrees as the Tars go to work, passing it in behind the Spartans net. And with it now is Liz Fahey. Fahey, a nice little move. Can't get through the defenders to get a good lane. And there's a ground ball, several of them going after it. And it looked like it was going to be Santarpio with the recovery, and it is, as she puts it into play on the restart and connects quickly up ahead now with Danny Waters. Waters shakes free from the defenders and pushes it up ahead to Abby Hope, who sends it down in behind the Rollins net to Hannah Bush. Bush trying to make a play and has a little bit of room, no shot opportunity, and they'll send it back up top. Lauren McNeil, the goal scorer, with it. And Santarpio to Cece Colombo, and now back in behind the Rollins net again. as the Spartans work it around the perimeter, and Santarpio sends it down in the corner, and no white shirts open in front, so they keep it behind the Rollins net. Trying to pop out on the far side, and instead it's a pass up top. Lauren Mcneil tries the slot, and the Tars close that up. Santarpio now. Her pass into the corner, and looking for some room down there, Gracie Colombo, and had it knocked free. The Spartans are going to need to get to work here. The Tars are giving them no quality scoring chances thus far in the early going. Of course, they do have the one goal, but Rollins showing why they come into this game ranked number 7. And Colombo, no shot. The shot clock ticking down 10 seconds now. And Mcneil may sense it, and she's knocked down. And they do call that one. Clock stops 5 seconds on the shot clock, but we will have a free position attempt here for Lauren Mcneil. So we know that the Spartans will get a shot on goal. And here comes Mcneil, a bounce shot, and the save made there by Tanner. And Gabby Tanner looking to outlet it, and hesitated twice, and now takes the safe pass off to her right as Rollins trying to gain midfield. And they do. Hannah Forbes doing the legwork, and now up ahead to Grace Sweetak. This is Liz Fahey now, as the Tars get settled into the Tampa end of the field. And turning the corner, shot coming. Nice save made there by Alex Walling on the shot taken by Eden Cook. And now for UT, Pierpont passes up ahead. Santarpio's got some room to work on the run. Santarpio and 3 defenders collapse on her, and play is whistled dead. Jeannie Santarpio, a grad student from Morristown, New Jersey. And a free position attempt coming up for her here against Gabby Tanner. Santarpio one-on-one and can't get the shot away as she's taken down en route to the net. And she'll get another opportunity as she adjusts her protective eyewear, and it looks like there's going to be a call against Jania Sprinkle of Rollins as she heads to the penalty area and looks to be getting some, what you might call, constructive criticism from the coaching staff on the sideline. And meanwhile, waiting for the official signal, Santarpio. And here she goes. And again, the defense all over her. And the Tars able to control and start back as Bridget Cawley plays it back to her goaltender. Now they'll try the other side of the field. And this is Hannah Forbes again. We saw her last time bringing it up. Skips it over to Bridget Cawley. Cawley with 3 white shirts around her, needs some help, and is taken down by Pierpont. And possession remains with the Tars as Cawley puts it back into play. This is Caroline Gastengay. And quickly the Tars opt for the other side of the field. Eden Cook with it over there and now up top. And this is Piper Trattner. Rollins looking for a good look here against Alex Walling. 25 on the shot clock as it's worked over to the far side. Eden Cook doesn't have an open teammate. Pair of 21s there as she's watched closely by Alexis Scadillo. And now Cook gets a shot away, and Walling handles that one easily. And a quick outlet pass. And Scadillo not able to get there in time as it's bobbled by Bridget Colley. And here come the Tars. Pass right in front. Shot. Oh, nice save there by Alex Walling. And she tries to move it up quickly again as it's Danny Waters on the run. Waters beats the defender, gets across midfield, and now across the Rollins line, and up ahead to Hannah Bush. Bush has Lauren Mcneil behind the net. They'll crisscross one another. Bush with a little burst there and slows it down and sends a pass instead for Santarpio. Pierpont over to Colombo. And now one of the other Colombos, there's three sisters on the team. That was Gracie, who passed it into the corner, and it's up top now with Lizzie Pierpont. Cece Colombo checks the defense, sends it for Santarpio. Now from the far side, trying to use the official as a screen. That was Abby Hope, and now they score! So a patient yet opportunistic Spartans offense as UT goes up 2-0 on a goal by Cece Colombo. And the assist goes to Abby Hope. And the goal comes 7 minutes and 51 seconds into this first half. The Tars opening the season on the road here in Tampa before they go back home for 2 games in a row up in Winter Park, the what I might call Greater Orlando area here in Central Florida, as we await the draw now. And I mentioned the 3 Colombo sisters on the UT roster. There's actually a couple of sisters on the Rollins roster that are actually from Winter Park, as there's a whistle there and possession to the Tars, who trail 2-0 after Spartan goals by Lauren Mcneil and Cece Colombo. And here they come into the Spartans' end of the field. Abigail Colley behind the net. On the far side, that's Eden Cook. Cook being watched closely again by Scadillo. And now looking for some room was Piper Trattner, and a whistle. And the call against the Spartans. Gia Colombo, the offending party, and now Rollins on the restart, and it looked as though we were going to see a shot from Taylor Kinley, one of the 2 sisters. Not taken, and she'll get a free position attempt here. Taylor, the older of the 2 sisters. And her shot against Walling scores! A bounce shot that gets her team on the board and within 1 as it's 2-1. And I see going out to midfield, Sarah Hinkle for the Spartans to take this draw. as she exchanges a quick word with Gia Colombo. And now Hinkle gets her opponent, which will be the goal scorer. Nine minutes into the first half, a 2-1 Spartan lead and a ground ball there, still not claimed, and Hinkle comes away with it, and a pass that connects with Emma Mclaughlin. Mclaughlin races down the far side of the field, now puts on the brakes, leaves it back for Mcneil, and Gia Colombo with it. Nice burst of speed as she fires a pass into the corner, and Abby Hope sends it back there to Hannah Bush. To the other side, Mcneil up top to Hinkle, and Gia Colombo once again, as they'll work it down in behind the Tars net. Both teams with 4 shots on goal so far, as the Spartans working for another one. Here comes Lauren Mcneil, and a nice job by Rollins to close that up. And they're able to take it away and start back quickly, racing across midfield. And a good effort there for the visitors by Megan DeGroat. And she still has it. And now we get a whistle stopping play. And it's going to be turned over. So the Spartans catch a break there as Rollins had a good burst of energy, looking to seize some momentum here if they could have tied the game. Now the Spartans looked like potential scoring opportunity there, but they settled it down, as this is Emma Mclaughlin. Quickly in behind the net, pushed out the other way, and up top with it, Gia Colombo. Emma Mclaughlin one-on-one. Mclaughlin puts her shoulder down, turns the corner, takes a shot, and a save made there by Tanner. And the Tars, nice pressure there from Gracie Colombo. And Tanner able to whip it ahead. And quickly it's moved up now as Hannah Forbes crosses the UT line. Forbes a pass into the corner. And now it's down in behind the UT net. That's Caroline Gastongay. And the ball's loose in front. And a bunch of them battling for it. And let's see who comes out of the pack as it's loose still. And we do have a whistle on the far side. And possession to the Spartans. Played back to the goaltender, Walling. And now on the near side, Erin Sistek tries the middle of the field with Danny Waters. Her pass connects. Abby Hope on the run. Hope with one defender between her and the net. And Hope will ease it back for Santarpio. Spartans had a 2-0 lead, and Rollins has answered back as we are in the first half of the first half here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex. And Cece Colombo, who has one of the 2 goals, her pass, Santarpio shoots wide, out of play, and possession stays with UT. Hannah Bush sends it up top for Pierpont. And Lizzie Pierpont opts for a pass over to Abby Hope. Pass in the middle, shot taken, and did it cross the line? Yes. A Spartan goal as Gabby Tanner looked back and tried to stop it in time, but it did just cross the line. And so the Spartans go back into a 2-goal lead as Lauren Mcneil picks up her 2nd goal of the game, and it's assisted by Abby Hope, who now has 2 points of her own, assisting twice. And Lizzie Pierpont out for this draw. Spartans coach Kelly Gallagher mixing up some of the looks in the circle. We saw this on Saturday in the victory over St. Leo. A small handful of players that she used for these draws. As you see, for Rollins, Taylor Kinley directing traffic somewhat, and I believe we're going to have a timeout. And so we will step aside with the score 3-1 Tampa. This is TampaSpartans.tv. Back live, the team's back out on the field following that timeout. As we get ready for the draw here. So far in this game, the draw controls 3-1 in favor of UT. As it's Taylor Kinley out there for Rollins. She has their only goal so far. And now Spartans in control again. Santarpio on the far side of the field. Runs it down into the corner. And crossing with Abby Hope. And sends a pass on this side of the field instead for Abby Selhorn as the Spartans quickly work it around. And now in behind the Rollins net, Santarpio, as it's back up with Lizzie Pierpont. Lauren Mcneil, who has 2 goals, sends it over to Cece Colombo, the other goal scorer. Colombo, they close up the middle, and there hasn't been a whole lot of real estate in the slot for the Spartans so far in this game. We'll see if they adjust. In the meantime, Rollins trying to work it up to midfield. And now crossing the Tampa line with a good burst of speed. Pass in front. Tried to get it to Liz Fahey. Didn't connect. And it's turned over. As the Spartans start out, here's a pass up near midfield for Santarpio. Up ahead, that's Paige Short. Short has some room. Pass in the middle, and no shot taken by Selhorn as they work it over to the far side of the field instead. Now in behind the Tars net, Abby Hope with it back to Selhorn. Selhorn waits, now sends it up top. Santarpio as Pierpont directs traffic a little bit. Mcneil fires it behind the net. Trying to turn the corner is Hannah Bush and can't get around Bridget Cawley. Spartans trying to get a shot away. They do, and they score! Jeannie Santarpio gets the goal as the Spartans open up a 3-goal lead as Cece Colombo picks up her second point with an assist. As we are, for all intents and purposes, halfway through the first half. And it's the number 9 Spartans and the number 7 Rollins Tars. The Spartans will play 3 games within this week that started with the home game this past Saturday. Following tonight, they'll be down in West Palm Beach this Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock, taking on Palm Beach Atlantic. And right now the task at hand is the Rollins Tars as the Spartans with the ball yet again, crossing the Rollins line. That's Santarpio. Pass here on the near side for Abby Hope. And in behind the net, and Gabby Tanner stepped out of her net, tried to break that one up. And possession will stay with UT as Hannah Bush puts it back into play. Bush, a pass behind the net. Wondered if they were going to try the give and go. Wasn't there for Abby Hope, as this is Cece Colombo. And Colombo goes down and is able to get a pass away. Selhorn over to Santarpio. And now Abby Hope looking for some room. Nothing there. Hannah Bush, she'll try from the same spot and relays back to Abby Hope. And tries to duck under a check and goes down. And we'll have a call here against the Tars. And it's going to be a yellow card against Bridget Cawley. So with his team trailing 4-1, it's not what head coach Dennis Short wants to see at this point, as the Spartans should smell blood in the water. Door wide open here as Pierpont sends it for Colombo. And they score! And just like the one where she had to look behind her to try to stop it from going through her legs, Gabby Tanner looked like she was going to maybe get a piece of that one, but it finds its way to the back of the net. And so Hannah Bush makes the score 5-1 as Cece Colombo with another assist. And so the Spartans do take advantage of the call against Bridget Cawley. Be interesting to see as this game goes along, though, if UT learned anything from Saturday's game against St. Leo. I'm not going to imply that they got comfortable, but they did go into halftime with a 6-2 lead, only to be outscored 7-4 in the second half, holding on for a 10-9 victory over St. Leo. So Certainly head coach Kelly Gallagher telling her troops, we need to put a complete game together, especially against a team ranked number 7, and starting out good here against Rollins with this 5-1 lead. And CC Colombo able to control the draw. And a nice pass for Santarpio, shoots and scores! Jeannie Santarpio, her second goal of the game as she finds the top corner over Gabby Tanner's right shoulder. And 2 very quick goals by UT. And credit CC Colombo for controlling that draw and then quickly bringing it down into the Rollins end and setting up Santarpio beautifully for that 6th goal of the game for the home team. CC Colombo now with 4 points in this game, 1 goal and 3 assists. As we're going to see another draw here at midfield. Draw controls are 6-1 in favor of UT. And that time it was CC Colombo again, as I mentioned before. Head coach Kelly Gallagher mixing things up with a few different players taking these draws. And here's an opportunity for the Tars. Looked like Allie Rogers was going to have a good look at the net. She opted not to shoot. As Rollins with it now on the far side of the field. Rogers again. Leaves a pass there. And nice job to change hands there. Sammy Adamo. I don't want to say couldn't do anything with it, but you see 3 of them battling for the loose ball now on the far side. And the whistle. And possession stays with the Tars. As it's worked into the far corner, an opportunity here. And the whistle as Sammy Adamo with a nice move against the defender there. And a free position attempt coming up for her. And gets the shot away and scores. So the Tars stop the bleeding for the time being. And get the goal from Adamo to draw within 4. After UT had scored 4 straight goals. 2 of them, mind you, 6 seconds apart. Santarpio's second goal, 6 seconds after Hannah Bush had made it 5-1. And the goal comes with 12:18 left here in the first half. And the ball's out, and Santarpio with it for the Spartans. Into the corner, Lauren Mcneil. Now in behind the Rollins net, that's Abby Hope. As the Spartans starting to flash a couple players now in front of the net. And there's a pass. Santarpio quickly over to the other side, Abby Selhorn. Hannah Bush with it in behind the net. Hope looking for an open teammate, has to send it up top, and CC Colombo starts her move and loses it, and picked up as Rollins causes the turnover. And now it's played back for Madison McGarry and gets the goaltender Tanner involved as they try the far side of the field. Now a pass in the middle. Nice catch there by Hannah Forbes. The Tars, who have scored the game's most recent goal, trying to get 2 in a row for the first time in this game against Spartans goaltender Alex Walling, who has made 3 saves thus far, as has her opponent at the other end of the field, Gabby Tanner for Rollins. As you see, UT starting out of their own end. Danny Waters with it. Waters gets past her defender, crosses midfield, and a pass up ahead connects with Gracie Colombo. And Colombo runs it back in behind the Tars net. Gracie Colombo tries to put her shoulder down, and the Tars defense will have none of that. As looking for an opening was Gia Colombo. Nothing there. As that's Lauren Mcneil over for Sarah Hinkle. Gracie Colombo again tries to get around the defender. Can't. Spartans try the other side of the Tars net. And they'll reset up top with Mcneil. Lauren Mcneil trying to back her way in. Nice spin move. And a save made there by Tanner. And Gabby Tanner looking for an open teammate to get the Tars on the run, and here they come. Madison McGarry crossing midfield. McGarry lost the ball and now picks it back up and gives it off to one of her teammates as the whistle blows. And the Tars take it down into the UT end of the field and all the way down in behind the Spartans net. And nice juke move back there, and not able to get the handle was Eden Cook as the Spartans almost took it away, but the Tars able to retain possession. And there's a loose ball and a whistle violation against Gia Colombo. And Piper Trattner can't get the shot away as it's still controlled by the Tars. It's Eden Cook in behind the UT net. Cook comes out in front, scores! Eden Cook cuts the Tampa lead to 6-3. As the Tars finding new life here after they had gone down 6-1.
Rollins goal scored by number 21, Eden Cook.
The senior from Marietta, Georgia, scoring unassisted. And in 7 games played last year before the season got cut short, Eden Cook had 5 goals and 6 assists. And now she's got her first of the 2021 season. And on the ensuing draw, the ball's out. And looked like it was going to be picked up by Gia Colombo. It is the Spartans' ball. And that's Colombo putting it into play. Sarah Hinkle passed into the corner, now down behind the Tars net. And on this side of the field now, it's Riley Coleman. Spartans moving it quickly around the perimeter as Hinkle thought twice about trying the lane, and instead it's behind the Rollins net. Pass connects there with Emma Mclaughlin, and Lauren Mcneil sends it in behind the Tars net. Trying to bounce out in front, nothing there. So they send it back in behind the Rollins net. Hannah Bush switching hands. Bush looking for an open teammate, and outlets here on the near side to Riley Coleman. Coleman one-on-one, a spin move, and the defender doesn't bite on it, and so Mclaughlin tries. Now Hinkle in a battle with the Rollins defender gives it up for Coleman. Spartans trying to get it inside, and a ground ball picked up by the Tars. Now it's loose again. And possession stays with the visitors. As the Tars have it on the far side of the field, crossing their own line. And a pass ahead and all the way up to the UT line is Hannah Forbes. Now they send it into the corner. Marina Longo. In behind Alex Walling and the Tampa net. And that's Caroline Gastengay being watched closely by Aaron Sistek. And the ball is loose, and a collision there that put Paige Short on the ground for the Spartans. And possession awarded to UT as Paige Short puts it into play. Calling for it at midfield is Alexis Scadillo, and won't get it as Danny Waters carries on. Waters call there against Rollins as the stick came up on Danny Waters. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty called here against Allie Rogers for Rollins. So the door opening here for UT after they've watched the Tars get the game's last 2 goals. After the score had been 6-1. And this coming with just under 6 minutes left here in the first half. And play restarts. Spartans with it down in the corner. And that's Riley Coleman. And another whistle stops play. And Riley Coleman will put it back in from the near corner. And does. That's Emma Mclaughlin. Pass up top. Now from the far corner, Hinkle sends it down behind the net. Pass intended for Gracie Colombo, didn't connect, but able to pick it up for UT as Mclaughlin. Mclaughlin on the run has the Tars retreating defensively as the Spartans start working it around quickly. Keep in mind that Rollins is 1 player short. Score! Believe that was Gia Colombo past a frustrated Gabby Tanner, who showed her emotions after that one got past her. And so the Spartans take advantage of the call against Allie Rogers as Gia Colombo gets the goal to make it 7-3, and Riley Coleman with the assist.
The assist to number 13, Riley Coleman.
And for Gia Colombo, that's her 2nd goal of the season. She had 1 goal and 1 assist on Saturday in the victory over St. Leo. Lizzie Pierpont out there to take this draw for Tampa, waiting for someone from Rollins to go out there and oppose her. And it looks like she's joined out there now by Taylor Kinley. .448 to go here in the first half. I'm Bruce Wozniak, live at the Mcneil Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, where it's the number 7 Rollins Tars visiting the number 9 Tampa Spartans, as UT has it in the far corner. As 5 different players have scored for the home team so far in this game. And with it now is Cece Colombo. Colombo patient, gets it over to her teammate Coleman. And now this is Lizzie Pierpont back to Riley Coleman. Hannah Bush now sending it in there for Cece Colombo. Colombo starts to make a move and spins, nothing there. Resets up top with Lauren Mcneil. Pierpont now. Pass down into the corner, and that's Gracie Colombo. As the shot clock at 20. And this is Cece Colombo, shoots over top of the net, out of play. And possession over to the Tars, as Hannah Bush was about to put it back in for UT, and the official awarding possession to the visitors. And sprinting up the far side is Sprinkle for Rollins, and she takes it all the way down into the Tampa end of the field. And all for naught, as it's going to be turned over. And so UT puts it back in. At midfield is Pierpont. Pierpont with 2 Rollins players against her, and looks like they're able to cause a turnover. Let's see. No. Cece Colombo picks it up for the Spartans, and a nice pass up ahead for Santarpio. Santarpio pushes it down behind the Rollins net. Hannah Bush, one-on-one, pass in front, doesn't connect. Intended for Santarpio, it's loose, and now picked up by the Tars. As we're in the final minutes of the first half of play. Rollins on the move here, crossing midfield, and they would love to get at least one more before halftime here, as they trail 7-3 in their first game of the 2021 season. It's Caroline Gastongay. Her pass for Abigail Cawley. And now on the move is Liz Fahey. Pass into the corner, out in front, and a good look, but Abigail Cawley sent that one over the top of the net. Tars still in possession. Here's Fahey wanting to go one-on-one. Fahey, as Pierpont got some defensive help. Santarpio slid over, and a whistle stops play as a call against Jeannie Santarpio. And so a free position attempt here for Liz Fahey against Alex Walling. Bounce shot, scores! And Liz Fahey read the book on Alex Walling and bounces it past her for the 4th Rollins goal, with just over a minute left here in the first half. By the way, coming up during halftime, you will see video on your screen. There is no halftime show on the broadcast, so set a timer and be back in time for the call of the second half here on TampaSpartans.tv as we get ready for this next draw following the fourth Rollins goal, as it's Abigail Cawley for Rollins and Lizzie Pierpont for the Spartans. And the draw controls continue to heavily favor the home team, 9-2 in favor of UT. And that one's out and still loose. And Pierpont initially had it, and now it's in the stick of Jeannie Santarpio. Santarpio has 2 goals in this game, runs it down into the corner. As the Spartans will work here for hopefully one final shot. As the shot clock, of course, is turned off at this point. There being only 37 seconds left. Cece Colombo pass inside, and Pierpont takes a shot, goes over the top of the net and out of play. Possession stays with the Spartans as Lauren Mcneil puts it back in. A pass misses. Hannah Bush able to pick it up. Bush takes it behind the net, comes out on the other side, switches hands. Now a pass for Cece Colombo. Colombo tries to turn, pass in front, doesn't connect, and the ball is loose. As the horn goes to end the first half, the Spartans unable to get a final shot off, but they do go into the locker room with a 7-4 lead. Set a timer and come back for the call of the second half right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Back live with you here on TampaSpartans.tv, the home team with a 7-4 lead as we get set for the start of the second half of play. Shots on goal in the first half were 11-7 in favor of the Spartans, and draw controls were 10-2 in favor of UT. Alex Walling with 3 saves in the first half for UT, and 4 saves for Gabby Tanner. As play is underway, the teams, of course, have switched ends. And you see the opening possession of the second half goes to the Spartans as it's Santarpio on the move. And another whistle stops play right away. 4 different goal scorers for the visiting Tars in that first half. And the Spartans, as I had mentioned, 5 different players combining for 7 goals, led by Lauren Mcneil and Jeannie Santarpio with 2 each. Although of note is Cece Colombo enjoying a 4-point game on 1 goal and 3 assists, and that's her with the ball as it goes up top now to Lizzie Pierpont. Pierpont puts her shoulder down, takes a shot, and it goes out of play, and possession will stay with UT, as that's Hannah Bush putting it back in from the corner. Bush on the move. Good burst of speed out in front. Oh, and a nice save made there by Gabby Tanner as she starts out of her own net and walks it up, and now a pass over connects. On the move is Hannah Forbes. Forbes being chased by Abby Hope for UT. And Forbes sends a pass up ahead to Liz Fahey. Fahey with a nice spin move. Fahey has a little bit of room to work. Takes a shot, and Walling got a piece of that one as Fahey went to the ground. And now it's the Spartans starting out of their own end. And that's Danny Waters, as a couple of Tars players try to chase her down. Waters racing past her own sideline and into the Rollins end of the field. Pass into the corner now. In behind the Rollins net. That's Georgia Glowacki for UT as it's turned over. And this is Fahey on the run for the Tars. And a good look at the net, and a shot not taken by Taylor Kinley as it's taken in behind the UT net. She does have, Kinley, one of the 4 Tars goals, as Fahey sends a pass over for Eden Cook. Back to Fahey now. And Kinley tries to work her way and pass in front, scores! That's Abigail Cawley that gets the goal. A nice bit of passing there by the Tars. And so they cut the gap to 7-5 to the Tars, as that's now 5 different players that have scored for head coach Dennis Short. And it's assisted by Taylor Kinley. So we'll have a draw now that'll take place between Abigail Cawley and what appears to be Sarah Hinkle, and it is, as the official goes out to join the 2 of them. And the ball is out and controlled by the Tars. And now quickly up ahead goes Piper Trattner. On the run, has it knocked free from her stick. And Glowacki tried to pick it up for UT, was unsuccessful And now Trattner sends it ahead for Eden Cook. Cook over to the other side. Marina Longo playing catch there with Sammy Adamo. And now Longo on the move. Being watched, however, by Gia Colombo. And now way outside with it, Longo. And can't get past Gia Colombo. And it looked like there was going to be a shot coming from Gastongay, but instead a pass for Adamo. Adamo sends a pass into the corner. Tars, nice job here offensively on this possession, although they haven't been able to get a quality shot off. As you see the play being stopped. And a free position attempt coming up for Eden Cook. She does have one of her team's 5 goals thus far. And going one-on-one against Alex Walling. Takes a bounce shot, scores! And that seems to be the book on Alex Walling. That's unofficially at least the 3rd goal that Rollins has scored that way. And they need to clean that up. As Sarah Hinkle goes out to midfield for this draw. So for Eden Cook, her 2nd goal of the game. Two goals, I can't even say in the first game of the season because there's still a lot of lacrosse left to play here tonight. And as I had mentioned before, she scored 5 goals in 7 games in the shortened 2020 season. So a good start for her here as the ball comes out, and Hinkle tried to get it, and it's still loose. Finally picked up by the Tars. On the run is Sprinkle, and she slows it down and sends a pass back for Cook. Eden Cook, who just scored. Now they send it down in behind the UT net. And up top with it, Sammy Adamo. Adamo gets around Colombo, and 2 defenders collapse on her. And so Sammy Adamo is going to have a good chance here to tie the game. At halftime, it was 7-4 in favor of UT. And the Tars looking to get their 3rd and the half's 3rd goal, and they do. Sammy Adamo ties the game. And I had mentioned before, let's see if the Spartans learned from this past Saturday. I talked about their victory over St. Leo, which was a 10-9 final, but as I had mentioned, that victory was a nail-biter with the Spartans having led 6-2 at halftime. And it's starting to look somewhat similar here tonight, as what was a 7-4 Spartans halftime lead is now a 7-7 tie. So a timeout called on the field, and we will take a break here as well. You're watching TampaSpartans.tv. Back live here, where the Rollins Tars have tied the game at 7-7. And Rollins, who I mentioned, is ranked number 7. Last year, before the season got cut short, they had a 6-1 one-loss record, as did the Spartans. And this is turning out to be the game that most probably expected between number 7 and number 9. And so now we'll have the draw following that 7th Rollins goal. Rollins very efficient, 7 goals on 10 shots on goal. And even their on-goal percentage is good, 10 of 13 shots. As it's the Spartans in possession right now. Cece Colombo over to Lizzie Pierpont. Hannah Bush behind the net. And that's Glowacki. Coleman. And Mcneil over to Pierpont. Pierpont looking over to the sidelines. And now starts her move. And a pass in behind the Tars net. Hannah Bush. Over for Coleman. Riley Coleman, a couple of spin moves, and ends up passing to Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil put the shoulder down, but the defender didn't bite on it. And this is Cece Colombo now. Colombo backing off. Pass connects with Pierpont. And no lane there to shoot. And they have to send it in behind the Rollins net. Hannah Bush trying to work her way towards the net and can't. Up top with it is Santarpio. And the Spartans need to work for a shot now as the shot clock is down to 6 seconds. Here comes Cece Colombo looking to get a shot away. And there is a shot by Pierpont out of play and possession over to the Tars. And Sprinkle with a big burst of speed for Rollins, taking it all the way into the Tampa end. And with it now is Taylor Kinley. Kinley has a goal and an assist. And it's on the ground and picked up by Santarpio for the Spartans. Now it's loose again. And possession awarded to UT, as this will be Paige Short who will put it in. Short, oh! A stick up high on her that knocked off the protective eyewear. As you see her picking that up. And for Rollins, that was Eden Cook that got the stick up high on Short, and so a yellow card issued to her. And now Paige Short from Frederick, Maryland, waiting for the official's whistle, and there it is as she starts up and sends a pass that misses, intended for Riley Coleman. And 3 of them battle for it. And the Spartans managed to come away with it. Here's Santarpio. Spartans with a chance. Shot, score! Georgia Glowacki. Some nice passing there. And the Spartans regain the lead. And the assist goes to Jeannie Santarpio. And for Glowacki, that is the first goal. Freshman from Seal Beach, California. And she picked a good time to get her first goal, as Rollins had ripped off the first 3 goals of this second half to tie the game. And so the Spartans, for the time being, back in a 1-goal lead, as Lizzie Pierpont gets ready to oppose Taylor Kinley on this draw. Well, the ball came out, but a call against the Tars. And so here come the Spartans quickly, and play stops as the officials look over to the scoreboard, and for that matter, the scoreboard operator. As the shot clock behind the Rollins goal is not very readable, and I'm wondering if that might be what's causing this delay. The other end of the field looks clear, and now they've got it straightened out, functioning properly. And so the Spartans, who have just regained the lead, put it back in. Over on the far side of the field, Pierpont up top to Cece Colombo. And Santarpio now. Nice little spin move. And a good job by the defender to stay with her. Santarpio takes the lane anyways, a shot that goes wide, out of play. And possession still with the Spartans. Here's Lauren Mcneil on the near side. Santarpio to Colombo and Glowacki as they work the perimeter. Hannah Bush looking to go one-on-one against the defender, which is Bridget Cawley. And that's Glowacki with it. Cece Colombo has a little room. Colombo tries to exploit it, takes a shot, and just wide as the Tars come out with it. And here's an opportunity as Liz Fahey, although she's being chased, good effort there by Glowacki. And the Tars put it on the ground. A bunch of them battle for it. And the Spartans come out of the pack with it. Now it's knocked loose, and it's Rollins regaining possession. Hold on, loose once again. And the Spartans, this is Lizzie Pierpont pushing it ahead for Mcneil. Mcneil on the run. Lauren Mcneil has Coleman with her, gives it to her, scores! Riley Coleman on a great passing play there. And the Spartans go up 9-7. Good effort by the home team there.
Spartan goals go by number 13, Riley Coleman.
So another goal scorer on the score sheet for Kelly Gallagher's team. As Riley Coleman picks up her second goal of the season. And 20 minutes 5 seconds left here in the second half. Another exciting lacrosse game here, just like we saw on Saturday when St. Leo was here to provide the opposition. And you see possession here awarded to the Spartans, and Santarpio will put it in, and does. Play on the far side of the field now. Looking for some room to work over there. Aaron Sistek not finding much, and is able to connect safely with Danny Waters. And here's Santarpio up top for Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil with 2 goals and 1 assist. And it's in the corner now with Riley Coleman. Coleman, who just scored to give the Spartans a 2-goal cushion. As that's Cece Colombo, and gives it up for Pierpont. Pierpont sends it down into the corner. They take it in behind the Tars net. That's Hannah Bush. Bush trying to get around the defender. Pass right in the slot and doesn't connect and hold on. The protective eyewear was knocked from the head of Lauren Mcneil. And we're going to have a call here against Liz Fahey of the Tars, who goes and sits in the penalty area on the far side of the field in front of the scorers table. And the door opening a little wider for the home team now, as Lauren Mcneil, who has 2 goals and 1 assist, will look to get the hat trick here on this free position attempt against Gabby Tanner. And one of the officials finishes talking to the scorers table on the far side of the field and should be ready to resume now. And Lauren Mcneil set to go here. And in she comes with the shot. Oh, nice save there by Tanner. And the rebound controlled by Rollins as they push it ahead quickly. On the run now, that's Hannah Forbes. And hold on, Taylor Kinley went down for the Tars, and slow in getting up as one of the officials stands over her. And let's see if she stays in the game as one of the officials watches her after her team was headed back the other way towards the Tampa end of the field. And indeed, Taylor Kinley's going to go off. As you see, Allie Rogers coming out. And Kinley, who has a goal and an assist in this game, going to try to walk that off on the far sideline. We'll keep an eye on her as her teammates get set for the restart. And it's Allie Rogers holding the ball and waiting for the official's whistle, and there it is. And with it now, Eden Cook. Cook loses it and battles there, is raked at by Paige Short of the Spartans. Possession stays with the Tars. And now Cook sends it into the near corner. That's Gastongay. And right in behind the Spartans net is Jory Alf. Gastongay trying to work in there, and close checked by Aaron Sistek of the Spartans, and another whistle stopping play. And this is going to be a free position attempt for Caroline Gastongay. Hails from Lewiston, Maine, takes a shot and not successful, but the Tars do get the rebound. And here's Jory Alf. Pass over for Abigail Cawley in the corner now. And the Spartans quick to the ball defensively. And no opportunity there. So Cook had to pass as the Tars have it up top. And now over on the far side. Nice pressure by the Spartans defensively, and they're able to cause the turnover. And that's CC Colombo on the far side of the field. Colombo racing up to the Rollins line and over it. Colombo still on the move. Her pass over, and it's sent in behind the Tars net. Hannah Bush out in front, and Colombo fakes the shot. Pass inside, dropped by Glowacki. And possession signaled by the official on the spot in favor of the Tars. UT in the lead with just under 17 minutes to go here in the second half. 9-7 the score. And with it now is Eden Cook for Rollins. And behind the UT net. Couple of spin moves. And a pass. Taylor Kinley, who, as you can tell, is back in the game, but was welcomed back with a high stick that seems to have caught her in the jaw. And she'll shake that one off and get a free position attempt out of it. One-on-one against Alex Walling. And in she comes, and a save there by Walling. And another whistle, just as the Spartans seemed as though they were about to gain control. And possession is, in fact, with UT. And there's the whistle for the restart. And a pass way up ahead and connects with Sarah Hinkle down the far side. Hinkle on the run, looking for an open teammate, finds Mclaughlin, and a shot taken there by Gia Colombo, and the Spartans able to control the rebound. Hannah Bush with it. Bush looking in front. Hinkle's wide open, and she didn't see her. And now they send it over to the far side of the field, and Coleman sends it back down low. That's Hannah Bush with it now. On the near side, Lauren Mcneil. Hinkle takes her time, sends it up top for Gia Colombo. And a nice pass, and a shot taken, scores! Emma Mclaughlin with a little floater that seemed to fool Gabby Tanner. And the Spartans, after Rollins had scored 3 in a row, it's a trio of goals from UT and a 10-7 lead.
The Spartan goals go by number 11, Emma Mclaughlin.
Now very, very balanced scoring for UT here. Mclaughlin with her first goal of the season. And it comes with just over 15 minutes remaining here in the second half. And it's assisted by Gia Colombo. And Sarah Hinkle will be opposed on this draw by Madison McGarry. And now the official set, and the ball's out. Chased down and still not controlled. And the Spartans looked like they were going to come out of the pack with it, and indeed possession to the home team as the goal scorer Mclaughlin takes it over to the far side. Up top now, Gia Colombo. Lauren Mcneil sends it over to Mclaughlin, and now down in behind the Tars net. Riley Coleman on the near side. Hinkle. Her pass over for Mclaughlin goes to her right. And on the run was Lauren Mcneil. Opts to send it to Hannah Bush. And here's Riley Coleman now. And the defense collapses there on Gia Colombo. And her pass connects. Riley Coleman back to Colombo again. Right in the middle. Shot. Oh, Glowacki. That one went wide. She had a good look at the net and misfired. And Hannah Bush will put this back in play for a UT. Coleman to Hinkle. And over now as Mclaughlin pushes it to the other side of the field. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Spartans need to get out in front. Get some kind of a shot away, and there's one from Hannah Bush that goes wide. And so it's turned over. And Rollins needs to find their offense again after they had come out with the first 3 goals of this second half to tie it up at 7, and now have fallen behind by 3 once again, which was the difference at halftime when UT led by 7-4. And for the Tars, that's Jory Alf on the far side of the field. Nice pass, and no shot taken as Gastonguay holds on to it. And now it's loose and goes out of bounds, and it'll be turned over. So the Spartans, things starting to fall their way, as there's a nice pass from the goaltender Walling that connects with Aaron Sistek, who pushes it up ahead to Lauren Mcneil. Mcneil pushes it into the corner, and that's Glowacki who passed it over as they whip it quickly around the perimeter, and it's back on the near side. Hinkle over to Mcneil again, and Glowacki has it in the corner. Tries the other side, and a whistle. Stopping play with 12:16 to go here in the second half. And 2 officials discussing things over near the Tampa sideline approximately, and one of them heading to the scores table now. And we'll wait to see what this break is. In the meantime, I mentioned before that the Spartans will go on the road for their next game. Our next broadcast comes your way a week from today, a 7:30 start here at home against Florida Southern, as these teams all playing strictly within the Sunshine State Conference for the 2021 schedule. And play now ready to resume as it's in behind the Tars net. Hannah Bush sends it up top. Mclaughlin. And that's Gia Colombo. 2 defenders collapse on her. Gia Colombo lost it, and the official right there to call the violation against the Tars. And Colombo on the restart backs it up and leaves it for Emma Mclaughlin. This is Sarah Hinkle. Hinkle looking to go one-on-one, has some room, beats the defender. Oh, hit the goalpost. And the rebound, it's loose and still not controlled by either team. Two of them chase it down. And nice hustle there by Emma Mclaughlin as the Spartans have a fresh shot clock as a result. Gia Colombo, her pass over to the corner. They send it in behind the Tars net. Here's Sarah Hinkle with it. Hinkle, a freshman from Hudson, Ohio. Seen her out there for a number of the draws. And another whistle here, stopping play. And are we going to have a call here against Hannah Bush? It looks like it. And possibly even Marissa Ferris for Rollins as well. Each of them seated over in the penalty area on the far side of the field. And as you see there, this coming with 11:14 to go in the second half. If you're watching from a Rollins perspective, thank you. And as I mentioned before, your team's next game will be the first home game of the season in Winter Park, Florida, this Saturday. A 2 o'clock start against Lynn University. And meanwhile, we're now ready to resume as the Tars bring it up. And a big collision there. Georgia Glowacki, wow. That was Hannah Forbes. A rude welcome to Tampa as Glowacki goes over to the penalty area. And there was no question about that one. So a bit of an opportunity for Rollins now, needing to get back into this game after they had tied it up. And haven't put too many shots on Alex Walling. The shots on goal to this point, 19-12 in favor of the Spartans. So UT converting on better than 33% of their shots. Excuse me, it's actually close to 50%. 10 goals on 19 shots, not 7 goals.
Folks, if I may have your attention, per SSC regulations, fans are not allowed in the stands. Would you please clear the stands? The game will not resume until the stands are clear. Thank you.
And as you may have heard, an announcement made in the stadium as a good number of fans had found their way into the stadium. And you might as well say both ends of the field, goal line extended. And they are all exiting now. And you can't blame them for trying to get in. Exciting lacrosse here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex the home team in the lead. And play resuming now with the Tars in possession. And keep in mind that call just made against Georgia Glowacki. That will give an advantage to the Tars. And let's see if they can do anything with it. And there's a pass that connects with Longo. And Fahey, nice job faking the pass, gets inside. Oh, good save there by Walling on Liz Fahey. And now Alex Walling taking her time walking it up slowly and sends a pass over on the far side of the field. And the Spartans, I was about to say just like that, gain midfield, but they're going to do it by committee as Danny Waters takes it across. Had it knocked from her stick, and Waters pushes it ahead. Two of them will chase it down, one from each team, and it's the Tars that get there first as Grace Sweetack picked it up, and now they play it back to their goaltender, Tanner, and she pushes it up ahead for Sprinkle on the run. Oh, a nice play there from behind by Emma Mclaughlin. And possession to the Spartans. And one of the Tars players saying, my protective eyewear got knocked off. You're giving the ball to them? Megan DeGroat, her argument falls on deaf ears as Emma Mclaughlin puts it back into play for UT. And now over for Gia Colombo. Up ahead now, the pass intended for Paige Short missed, and so they turn it over. And Rollins, Bridget Cawley puts it back in for them. And now up across midfield goes Megan DeGroat as Lauren Mcneil went down to the field for the Spartans. And she looks to be okay. And we may have a timeout being called here by the Tars. So we will step aside with UT in the lead 10-7. This is TampaSpartans.tv. Watching from that end. Where did everybody come from? Here in the second half, and the Tampa Spartans in a 10-7 lead, and trying to get to 2-0 to start this 2021 season, and hoping to send the Rollins Tars on a long road of I-4 back to Winter Park. in what should be an exciting conclusion to this game, as this is Rollins in possession following the timeout that their head coach Dennis Short had just called. And they send it into the corner. That's Rogers working it around now for Fahey. She pushes it back into the corner and gets it right back. Liz Fahey looking to go one-on-one against Lizzie Pierpont. Nice job sliding over for defensive help there. Danny Waters for UT. And close checking of the Spartans, keeping the Tars to the outside. That's Allie Rogers. Rogers started to get a step on Cece Colombo, and she slowed herself up by stopping to adjust her protective eyewear. And now with it is Rogers once again. Rogers will push it in behind the Spartans' net, and 15 seconds on the shot clock. And hold on, call there, stopping play. Violation against the Spartans. And that looks like Eden Cook. And here she comes. Pass in front, scores! Abigail Cawley gets the goal. Nice play there by Eden Cook to set her up.
Tars goal scored by number 5, Abigail Cawley. The assist to number 21, Eden Cook.
And for Abigail Cawley, her second goal of the game, and it makes it 10-8. And as you see, comes with 8:05 left here in the second half. Lizzie Pierpont awaiting an opponent for this draw. And seems to have gotten one. And so the official stepping in now. And in case you can't tell, they're having the participants of all these draws making sure that they have a face mask for COVID reasons. As the ball comes out following that draw, and a Rollins player, looked like Hannah Forbes, went down, and possession awarded to her, and Forbes puts it into play with a pass over for Megan DeGroat. DeGroat being watched there by Coleman, and the Tars cross over the Tampa line. On the run now, Eden Cook. Pass in behind the UT net. Working back there is Caroline Gastongay. And it's up top now with Taylor Kinley. Kinley spins, sends it back over for Cook. Cook one-on-one there against Danny Waters and has to give it up as the Tars try the other side. And another spin move, and Santarpio is not falling for it defensively for UT as the ball is loose and picked up by Rollins. 35 on the shot clock. Into the corner now and behind the UT net. And Kinley, nothing there, has to send it up for Cook. And Cook trying to get past Danny Waters, and nothing so far. So she relays it to Gastongay in behind the Spartans' net. Gastongay being closely checked. 10 on the shot clock now. In front, shot coming, and a nice save there by Walling, who saw that one through traffic. And now plays it out as Aaron Sistek pushes it up ahead. Santarpio on the run. Santarpio being chased by Kinley, And Santarpio crosses the Rollins line. And a pass over for Lauren Mcneil. Out on the far side, now up top with Pierpont. And this is Santarpio, who has 2 goals and 1 assist. Lauren Mcneil has the same. And they are both on the field right now for the home team. And this is Pierpont. Looks inside, nobody there. Santarpio, patient, looking to go one-on-one. Pass inside. And unable to get a shot away was Glowacki. And a whistle. That's a call against the Tars. And so an opportunity coming up here for Georgia Glowacki, who does already have 1 goal in this game. And here she goes against Gabby Tanner. Gets the shot away, scores! Georgia Glowacki restores the 3-goal lead for the Spartans with her 2nd goal of the game. And a big exhale for the home team. As you see there, just 5:24 to go here in the second half. So a big goal there by the freshman. And the Spartans continuing their great percentage with 11 goals on 20 shots. And they've also been dominant on these draws. %75%, 15 of 20. And possession to UT again, as you see Emma Mclaughlin on the run. Pushes it to Glowacki. Takes it in behind the Tars net. Little push. And now Lauren Mcneil with it. Mcneil, a little burst. Slows it up. Sends it up top for Mclaughlin. Over to the far side. And up top now, that's Gia Colombo. And motioning for her teammates. Nice job to turn the corner. Shot coming. Scores! Gia Colombo, a tremendous solo effort. And a great shot. It gets in behind Gabby Tanner. And that's a goal scorer's goal. As Gia Colombo makes it a 4-goal Tampa lead. And that's Gia Colombo's 2nd goal of the game. And Gia Colombo joins Lauren Mcneil and Jeannie Santarpio with 3-point games, courtesy of 2 goals and 1 assist. And just 4:25 left. And a steep hill for Rollins to climb here after they had at one point gotten this game to a 7-7 tie. And here come the Tars, as there's a pass for Eden Cook. Cook taking it into the corner. Cook sends it in behind the Spartans' net. And a great job there defensively by Aaron Sistek, creating some heavy pressure. And the ball's loose, and a whistle stops play. Free position attempt here for Sammy Adamo. Adamo's barely able to get a shot away. She's taken down by 2, if not 3, Spartan defenders. And so she'll get another opportunity. She has 2 of her team's 8 goals. And here goes Adamo again. Spartans make a couple adjustments. And so the Tars do as well. And now Adamo takes a shot that goes high and out of play. And possession stays with Rollins as they move it quickly in behind the Tampa net. Cook on the move. Eden Cook out in front, scores! So Rollins trying to stay alive here.
Tars goal scored by number 21, Eden Cook. The goal was unassisted.
Just 3.5 minutes to go. And
Tampa 12, Rollins 9.
Eden Cook gets her 3rd goal of the game. And the Spartans make some personnel changes. And it'll be Taylor Kinley for Rollins going against Lizzie Pierpont. On this draw. And these become all the more important now in the final minutes of the second half. Just as important for Tampa to try to maintain this cushion as they are for Rollins to try to close the gap even further. And Taylor Kinley wanted a call against the Spartans, and the official actually called it against her. Oh, and a nice play there as the Spartans, well, now it's turned over after all. One of the Tars players had made a great attempt to try to intercept that pass, was unsuccessful, but it was turned over. And so here come the Tars down into the Tampa end of the field as Adamo gives it to Fahey. Liz Fahey sends a pass into the corner, and now they take it behind the net. That's Cook. Eden Cook being watched closely by Cece Colombo. Cook takes a low shot, and Walling able to close the door. And so UT look for them to use a lot of this clock at this point, as there's a pass for Cece Colombo in the middle of the field. A pass back over, and I was going to say, unless there's a glaring opportunity, and almost was one there, as now it's held by Lauren Mcneil. Up top now, Colombo over to the far side to Gia Colombo from her sister Cece. And Hannah Bush out in front, Pierpont, bounce shot, and it's going to go out of play. Possession will remain with the Spartans. Just inside 2 minutes remaining now. And Glowacki ducks under a stick from a Tars defender. And this is Lauren Mcneil now. 30 seconds on the shot clock. And Gia Colombo turns the corner, takes a shot, and that one goes out of play. Possession still with the Spartans as Hannah Bush puts it back in. Pass over for Glowacki, missed. And the official right on the spot to call that one against Rollins. So UT on the restart, 10 on the shot clock. Cece Colombo pass inside, and they score! I believe that was Santarpio. And so at this point, with just 78 seconds remaining, you would seem to think that should do it, as Santarpio gets her 3rd goal of the game, and Cece Colombo picks up her 5th point with her 4th assist of the game on that goal. And so just when Rollins thought that maybe there was a chance for them to climb back into this game, the Spartans answer right back. And it's 13-9. And the ball's out on the draw, and the official awards possession to the Tars, and that was Adamo trying to run it in. And the official had made a call against the Spartans. I'm not sure that Adamo heard the whistle as two of the officials discussing it. 64 seconds left, and possession to UT, as it's Cece Colombo who will put it in play. And there you see her quickly across midfield. Colombo with a nice head of steam across the Rollins line. Cece Colombo on the run, and looked like she was going to shoot, and is able to draw a whistle against the Tars. And so Rollins shooting themselves in the foot here in the game's final minute, as Cece Colombo will have a free position attempt against Gabby Tanner. And here she comes, and a save made by Tanner as Colombo went down. And now the Tars quickly across midfield. And close checking there by Gia Colombo, as the Tars trying to get something going, but it's going to be too little too late, as a Rollins player goes down to the field. That was Eden Cook, and stops play with just 25.4 seconds remaining. Eden Cook, who has 3 goals in this game, although she's certainly not going to shoot from there. And let's see what she does on the restart. And her pass over for Fahey, who fakes the shot. And Liz Fahey takes it outside, sends it up top. And Adamo with it now. Adamo trying to get inside, and another whistle here. Call against the Spartans, as there were 2, if not 3, defenders with sticks up a little high around Sammy Adamo. Adamo here against Alex Walling. And this coming with 9.7 seconds left in the game. And you may have seen one of the officials going over talking to the scoreboard operator, and that's what the delay is right now. And set to go. And so Sammy Adamo at the ready. And here she goes. Takes a shot that goes wide and out of play. And it's all for naught as the horn goes to end the game. And the Spartans go to 2-0 with a 13-9 victory over the number 7 Rollins Tars. And so the Tars start off the season with a road loss, and the Spartans getting contributions up and down the lineup. You see the 3 goals by Jeannie Santarpio standing out. Plus she added an assist. But it's worth noting that Cece Colombo finishes with 5 points, 1 goal, and 4 assists. And, of course, the play of Alex Walling, who got the start and played the entire game in goal for the Spartans. She makes 8 saves for the victory, while Gabby Tanner takes the loss despite 7 saves in net for Rollins. As I mentioned before, UT will go on the road now, playing this Saturday at Palm Beach Atlantic, a 5 o'clock start down in West Palm Beach. And then they will be back here 1 week from tonight, a 7:30 start against Florida Southern. We will have that for you here on TampaSpartans.tv. And again, if you've been watching from a Rollins perspective, thank you very much. And your team's next game will be the home opener on Saturday, 2 o'clock start against Lynn. The final score here, however, from the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex is the Tampa Spartans 13, Rollins 9. I'm Bruce Wozniak, thanking you for watching. Have a good night.